talented cast of Sankofa The Musical are with us. This is a must-see African musical of the year that takes us on a journey with Sankofa as she unlocks the truth of her past, using 7 incredible superpowers passed down by her ancestors. The film is a perfect blend of suspense, magic and education, all tied together in a beautiful and authentic African folklore musical. The story is deeply rooted in the values of love, compassion, forgiveness and family, making it a truly culturally intelligent experience that will stay with you long after the final curtain falls. And we've got all the cast here, as I say. There's quite a lot of them. So good afternoon, everybody.
Actually, it's here in Ghana, Toby.
Yeah.
I want to give you a sneak peek of Africa, right? So, guys, are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready? Yeah. All right, let's try something. Okay. Nobody. 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 There you have it, Tommy.
Yeah.
A sneak peek of Africa.
Yeah, that was incredible. We couldn't hear much of it over Zoom, but what we did hear was quite impressive. So, about the film, which is of course called Sankofa The Musical, what was it that inspired you to bring the story to life in the form of a musical?
That's a very good question, Toby. Actually, Sankofa is one of the key Dinkra symbols that we have here in Ghana. And it has a lot of philosophical connotations. And one of them is trying to reach deep within you, go back to the past and pick up certain positive attitude or values to better improve yourself, your community, and those around you. So that was the whole idea of coming up with Sankofa. But actually, it goes just beyond the superficial explanation of this symbol. What we try to do here in Sankofa is to use it as a tool to educate the entire public or those watching us that there are certain positive values within us that we can always go back. I mean, in this modern world, there's a whole lot of things happening around us, a whole lot of positivity, others negative, and others is to look at the positive values that exist in the community, go back and pick certain values there that can help you better your life. So basically, that is what the idea of Sankofa is, and that is why we decided to put this concept into a musical.
And actually, music has been an important tool right now in our world right now. So
exactly,
we thought it's wise that it would be great for people to hear our story through the medium that they can better relate to.
Exactly.
And Africans are known for communicating in music. Music is one of our major ways of communication. So this is nothing new to us. We just did the normal thing we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So how did you ensure that the film accurately portrayed African folklore and culture?
I think that when we're talking about African folklore and then drama, so everything about Africa, you have to see music, you have to see dance, and then you have to see drama. So that is what we managed to put together. But moving forward, we try to look at the current trends.
Yeah.
And so we blended the current trends also to suit the youth, the young ones, so that they can really relate. Even though we are projecting current folklore, it is also connected to the current trends so that the younger ones will be able to connect.
Yeah. In the film, Sankofa, of course, has 7 superpowers. How do they play a role in the story, and what are those 7 superpowers?
I think we're going to take it each one by one.
Yes.
Okay.
It works. I think my superpower that I mostly align with is compassion. That is the superpower I mostly align with, compassion. Yes. Muse?
Mine is unity.
Unity. Absolutely.
Kindness.
Kindness. Okay.
Mine is truth, love,
Love.
Patience.
Patience. Absolutely.
and peace.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
All those superpowers are central themes of the film, aren't they? Particularly unity, that's central to the story. I mean, was there a lot of unity behind the scenes, or was there a lot of bickering between the cast members?
Well, actually, I think unity has been the core foundation on which this story was built.
Yeah.
Right. Within the story itself, or within the performance itself, and even with it, fascinating to know that each one of us here has different ideologies, different practicals. So for us to be able to come together with all these various ideas and be able to work on a project like this, we can be able to tell, even without seeing the movie, that we are actually united in all fronts. And even in the play itself, if you see it, you realize that the major scene that opens the whole production is for you seeing us seated in a fashion that depicts unity, right? We sit together in a round circle. That is the spirit of Ubuntu, right? I am because you are. So actually, unity has been the central theme that has run through the entire production. And that is the foundation on which Sankofa is built. Yeah.
We came all together as professionals,
Yeah.
but I think the beginning, even from our warm-up games, it began from unity, creating that bond, because we knew that we needed a family to tell this story.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
family, one of the core beds that we need to lie on is unity. So yes.
Yeah,
Even as a cast, you see, there's a saying that you can't give what you don't have.
exactly.
And there were nights that sometimes it was very intentional. I remember at Palace, we had a rehearsal camp. There
Yeah.
were nights that we didn't go to sleep. We sat there together, just trying to, there's something they say in acting and in direct breaking inhibition.
Yeah.
Trying to discuss, just see our ways of thinking, how we perceive different ideas, our ideologies, our point of views, and everything, just to add to that bond to make this production come out better.
Yeah.
You can see that it's unity that has brought us far.
Yeah.
To this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It began from our directors straight down to artists.
And again, I think that this one, nobody is talking about that one, but honestly, you have to make sure, because we are all from different backgrounds, there were some challenges. And usually when we're talking about drama or performance, it is a collaborative art. It is from who actually are not ready. No, the people who are ready to put down their ego and other things that they have so that they come together for a common goal. So yes, there was some misunderstanding. We're all looking for one to that we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So that is how come we were able to get to this particular point.
Yeah. And Toby, you agree with us when we are saying this, that
Yeah.
there is no way that different people with creative minds will come together and not have any form of conflict, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can testify to that. So I think that runs through all creative endeavors.
Yeah. And while the film may be based on African folklore and culture, do you think the film appeals to a global audience?
Absolutely. It does.
Yes.
It does. Yeah, it does. It does appeal to global audience, yes.
I mean, the way the story comes out, we are Ghanaians, but the story was not necessarily even made for the Ghanaian community. So while we're doing it, there was a lot of we were concentrating on bridging the cultural gap and all of these things. So we were very particular about telling the story in a way that everybody can relate to the character, whether even though you are not a Ghanaian, you are not an African American, you can relate that there are certain things that I have to go back and go and get. There are certain values and everything I can go back and get. So yes, it does appeal to a global audience.
Yeah.
If you even look at the type of music, sometimes it was as detailed as even the kind of tone selection for instruments in the music to try to tell our story for us.
Yeah. And the use of rap music, right?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, rap music has been one of the popular genres of music that has been enjoyed worldwide, right? So the ability to incorporate this, right, will make the audience or those watching this production feel connected to it. I mean, it's something they can identify with. So putting some of the core messages in rap music will also let kids or people of different age range enjoy this to the core. So yes, it appeals to the global audience, absolutely. 100%.
And I think it's about basically finding your identity.
Yeah.
Finding your truth. That's all
Exactly.
it is.
Yeah.
As actors, you often have to portray characters that are different from your own personality. So which actor or actors in this film do you think are the most different from their own character?
Was different.
I'll go with, well, this is personal, right? It's subject, but I would definitely go with Adrian.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll go with Adrian. Yes, I'll go with Adrian.
And Elsie playing Hajia. You don't mean Hajia. Elsie playing Hajia. Yes,
Okay.
very, very different to
Very different. Yes. So I'll go with Adrian personally. And who else?
When it comes
Muse
to
is definitely not an answer. So yes.
When it comes to ideologies, I wouldn't say I share so much with Sankofa.
Okay.
Yes, we have just a little in common, but not the ideologies and lifestyle.
Yeah. And I can also say that it was a huge challenge actually being the husband of, because she's been doing this for a very long time. I mean, she's a professional. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, she started way before most of us. So it was actually a privilege sharing the stage with her and then learning from her as well. So my role was challenging because I must live up to expectation. All right, I must live up to the level where she can be able to feel comfortable around the same stage with the role. Actually, I must say yes.
And what do you think was the most rewarding part of bringing this story to life so far?
Of this project, my most rewarding part was happened just yesterday. So if you are not aware, we had our first viewing yesterday, and just seeing people, like, we had a vision for this story. This story is not just a beautiful one, but it's an important one. And seeing people get so it was very fulfilling, and it made us know that yes, we didn't just do this for the art, but we did this to push for a message, to push something, and people are actually getting it and receiving it. So
What role do you think art and entertainment can play in helping promote social change? And do you think that Sankofa the Musical kind of fits into a larger conversation?
Yes, I believe that. I mean, the Sankofa play movie, it raises a whole lot of societal issues: teenage pregnancies, violence, cultural intelligence, so much. Even the ones with the superpowers, just like we say, theater or art is a projection of the real society. So what this was projecting is what is happening in our society, and our suggestive ways we can make it better. So yes, there's so much in there that it can help to reshape the society, bring up conversations, and reshape the society into a better place for all of us.
Yeah, and I also think personally that there are a lot of message in there that is meant to empower young kids, especially not especially per se, but people of African descent, right? I mean, there is always this controversial message out there that most of the inventions that we see are done by white people, but this play is also trying to educate people that look, there are major inventions that you see out there which is actually done by blacks, right?
Empowering.
And there are a lot of historical discrepancies about certain things that people don't actually associate with Africa. Right? People say that, oh, okay, this is done by a white person, this is done by a black person. But when we actually go deeper into it, realize that most of the inventions that are associated with white people are actually blacks. So this is also a tool to empower young kids out there to know that, look, there are certain things that I can also do to better my community. And even though people think that there are certain things that we don't amount to, we can actually see Sankofa and feel empowered and say that, well, I can also do this because those who have come before me were able to do it, right? That is less personal.
Done it, and nothing can ever stop me.
And if there was one message that the audience had to take away from the film, what do you think it would be?
Honestly, Toby, when it comes, everybody will have his message they will want the audience to take away. Personally, I think there are lots of messages from this play we would like to preach, but one thing that will stand out for me is give peace a chance. Like we should try out as much as possible to end violence and to just suppress its violence.
So I would say don't lose your identity, no matter where you find yourself in the world. Make sure you establish your identity and keep to it.
Yeah.
And I will also say that let's live by helping each other. We should believe in the spirit of Ubuntu, because I am because you are, and you are because I am.
Your truth is your peace, and
And I think one message that I'd like people to also pick is that sometimes we focus too much in the future, right? What people have plans. I want to attain this about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But sometimes also going to the past, all right, and picking some certain values will actually help better shape your future, right?
Yeah.
You never know, but sometimes your redemption is in the past, like I always say.
Yeah.
So that is the message. I believe Sankofa is doing things to propel you move forward. Yeah.
And what's coming up for everybody after this film? Have you got more films on the way, or indeed films, individually?
There is more.
Well, I don't think there is an actor yet after this film. There is an actor. I mean, it has not ended, so we can't put actor right after this film.
Yeah.
It's still.
We are hopping on the same train together. So,
Yes.
Yeah, but personal lives, you have things going on.
Yeah.
But I think this project is one that we all want to hop on.
Yeah.
And this is the future. So we are all on this. Yeah.
Pipeline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
And even for the future, Sankofa itself, without even seeing new projects, Sankofa itself has a lot in store. I mean, for the future, as we even discussed it, we are planning on even going live. I mean, this Brianna is being shown virtually. We recorded as a screenplay, as a stage play, and it's being shown virtually. We are planning on even appearing live. So you should be expecting.
Yeah.
So that you can see news.
Yeah, like live, right? Yeah. And we also have Sankofa, right? Yeah. Sankofa workshops and help students or people learn more about Africa. I mean, we come in directly from the African continent, specifically Ghana. We are more involved in the cultural value. So I think it would be best if we organize workshops, teach students and other people interested in learning about Africa.
Yeah.
Right?
And even the drum workshops. I mean, the legend.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The legend is here.
Yes.
Well, the film is called Sankofa The Musical, and it's out now, and we're able to see it in some theatres, right?
Yes. I think it's been premiered now in certain schools in the US for more mature audience as well. So yes, it will definitely come near cinemas near you. So we are working on that process as well. So Toby, don't worry, we got it covered.
Brilliant. Well, many thanks to everybody for coming on today. Thanks for all your musical performances and great answers, and good luck with the film.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Check out the background. That's the